2K Sports. It's Wednesday night basketball. It'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against Blake Griffin and the Los Angeles Clippers. And now let's toss it over to Kevin Harlan with the rest of the 2K crew. I'll catch you at the break.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and joining me to provide the analysis for what's sure to be another exciting year, Steve Kerr, the sharpshooter, and Clark Kellogg. And now, State Farm presents the starting lineups, the 10 guys on the floor for the tip-off. And guys, check out Blake Griffin. What can we expect here?
Well, I can't imagine anybody being more terrifying to an opposing center than Blake Griffin. When he gets going, when he's heading your direction, and you're trying to come over to help defensively, and he explodes, you better believe that you're going to be watching what he does on the highlight reels for the next 24 hours at least.
Yeah, you just aren't safe around him. Watch out below. Even if you're not guarding him, you're in danger of being posterized and dunked on. He's always buzzing around the hoop. And you know what? He does it by putbacks and also off the dribble.
It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Los Angeles, where the Clippers will try to protect home court. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
Well, they were the better team when these two teams got together a year ago, no question. Sweeping the season series 2-0.
Chauncey Billups again.
Love the finish there. Not much defense, though.
And it's Miami's ball. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Well, they had a difficult night from the field in that game, guys. They just didn't look to be working very hard to get good looks offensively.
Well, you know what, Steve? I'm going to disagree with you. I thought they could have worked a little bit harder offensively, but I think it was more the fact they just had a cold shooting night, and that happens sometimes.
It makes you wonder how the standings might look if some of these teams, actually changed conferences.
Well, Kevin, I think it'd be a whole new world, a totally different world, a whole new set of matchups, but at least everybody gets a couple of games a year to check everybody else out up close.
Took him no time at all on that one. Battier's got 6.
Even when they're D'ing him up, I mean, he's a very good shooter from out there.
Billups, Wade is covering, shoots from the high post. Offensive rebound, Jordan. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Great job. Taking it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Well, you look at last season's numbers, guys. Down below 70% as a team from the line.
And, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled. You almost could see it happening with the Clippers being a playoff-bound team last year with the talent they brought in. And
look out!
No way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
That was a nice replay. Brought to you by Sprite. Griffin kicks to Billups. There's the triple. The shot, no good.
Well, guys, Erik Spoelstra is really a young coach, but he's worked his way up from video coordinator to being one of the outstanding head coaches in the league. To be where he is, coaching one of the very elite teams in the NBA in Miami, you couldn't ask for a better position or a better opportunity. But I really have great respect and admiration for the way he's handled that and grown into that position. It's one of the better stories in the league in my mind.
Right side, Odom.
Look out. Great finish there, Kevin. Took it strong to the cup.
Yeah, an aggressive two-handed jam.
And that's the kind you like, especially in traffic. You got to make sure. I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
And LeBron James gets it to go.
Well, you talk about the job that Erik Spoelstra has done for the Heat, Clark. A young coach, certainly, but he's earned the opportunity to coach this roster. And he's shown that he's up to the task. One of the brightest young coaches in the game.
Outside, Billups. The 3. And it's Miami with the rebound.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
And they take the lead. Chalmers has got his first bucket in this one.
And I think his strength, Kevin, is his ability to deliver in catch-and-shoot situations. He's very reliable in that regard, so that gives the offense some flow.
You know, Steve, something else that jumps out at me about him is how often he thwarts penetration with his active hands. I mean, he gets a lot of his steals as players try to make their way to the basket.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Hill comes in for Caron Butler. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Chauncey Billups. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. Allen for three, and the foul called on Rashard Lewis. That's his first foul. So, for the Clippers, Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan, and it's Paul in for Eric Bledsoe. Heat also with a sub. Dwayne Wade's checked in for LeBron.
They are setting the tone here early with their work on the boards.
Yeah, only a moderate advantage here, a slight one, but as the game wears on, it's one they'll definitely look to build on.
41 seconds left in the first. Ball outside. And finished off by Griffin.
Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. That was just mean right there.
Allen, that's good. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
And what a terrific game for their role players. Guys, they had players coming off the bench and chipping in offensively.
Yeah, and it was an unexpected boost, but a big one nonetheless. I mean, they didn't miss a beat. No matter what unit was on the floor, things were being done effectively.
Gets it to go.
Slick play right there. He's so resourceful with the ball in his hands.
Paul for three. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Heat lead by 6.
Next Monday night, Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Live from Los Angeles. Big time hoops coming your way.
Welcome back as we get rolling again here. A fresh NBA season tipping off here. And let's quickly break down the game we've been seeing from the Heat, guys.
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for the Clippers right now, Crawford and Butler out on the perimeter. Odom out there with Griffin. And it's Paul in at the point. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Hill comes in for Lamar Odom. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Chris Paul. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, and moving forward for Miami, they probably won't have a lot of cap room because of the big contracts of Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. But remember, it is easy to lure free agents to Miami because of the presence of those three, and then also the attraction of living in Miami.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Guys, though Chris Paul is a very tough competitor, he remains close with a lot of opposing players. He's even had them stay at his home prior to games. Paul said, you know, they say that players today are too friendly, but I don't buy that just because we're friends, we can't compete. When we step on the court, I'm not your friend. I'm just not. I have friends throughout the NBA, and I love to see them succeed. But at the end of the day, I don't want any of them to win the championship because I want to win. Kevin?
All right, Doris.
And you see how fiercely he competes. It's hard to imagine him taking it easy on anyone.
Well, Steve, going back to Miami and them trying to lure talent down to South Beach, not only the city itself.
Watch out! Oh! That was wicked! That's no everyday play right there, guys.
Is he getting an assist on that? Probably
I
not.
don't think so.
But an incredible pass to himself.
I'll tell you what, though, it does keep the defense off balance. You're so shocked that somebody would do that you sort of get out of the way, and by the time you recover, it's too late.
Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The Heat third.
You can tell by watching them just how focused they were at the defensive end of the court.
So, for the Clippers, Blake Griffin. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Billups comes in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Paul in for Eric Bledsoe.
Well, you love Lamar Odom as a combo forward. Can play either the 3 or the 4 spot. Really can be your point guard if you want him to. Handles the ball beautifully and a terrific passer. And so when you talk about his value, I mean, that's where it starts, the versatility.
Griffin goes in, and that one's good. Griffin's got 8.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Pulls it from the elbow. And it's Bosh, that time on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Clippers trail by 12. You talk about Odom's versatility. He can defend multiple positions, and he's able to do so many different things on the floor.
He's always been one of my favorite players. I've loved watching him since his days in college at Rhode Island. Only spent a year there, but he's a guy who can do a little bit of everything, and when he's locked in and focused, he's extremely valuable because of his size and versatility and understanding of the game.
And the Clippers call time here.
The Clippers seemed to be a walking highlight reel last season. They were able to take full advantage of teams from the East when they met up.
And let's take a look at last season's numbers for Chris Paul. 1st in steals, 3rd in assists, and he became a real offensive threat, one of the top 15 scorers in the game.
And, you know, going back to what you said earlier, I mean, he was a flat-out thief on defense, one of those guys that took your lunch money.
Here's Odom. And it's Miami with the rebound. LeBron's now got 3 rebounds now in this one. Yeah, the Clippers finished with an 11-7 record against the East. Wins they needed, Steve, to jockey for playoff position.
You know, even before Chris Paul arrived, Kevin, the Clippers seemed to play against the East pretty well. So I think those numbers should only improve as the Clippers mature as a team and continue to add talent to their roster.
A different look for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Odom. Butler comes in for Grant Hill. And it's Crawford in for Chauncey Billups. And a new group in for the Heat. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Bosh. Lewis comes in for Shane Battier. Ray Allen is checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers.
Oh, they're getting scorched by all these open threes they're giving up.
Yeah, it's really been the biggest pitfall for this club so far tonight. So many wide open looks for the opponent.
Crawford outside. And they get it. Here's Jordan.
Oh, ridiculous. Pour it down that time.
Look at that effort. Does he set a great example out there or what?
On plays like that, he does. Sure. What work on the offensive glass we see with him.
Yeah, that was awesome. Put back with the slam. Are you kidding me?
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Crawford. The shot no good. And Miami the other way now.
Big lead on the boards usually equals a big lead in the game. This team is on cruise control.
Well, the rebounding differential is double digits already, so this is a team that just looks bigger and tougher than the opponent. They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Good, and Paul gets the assist.
He can be dangerous from out there. As a matter of fact, he can be lethal. His first from the arc after having none in the first quarter. Keep an eye on it.
The 3 from LeBron, but they get it back.
Now, second chance points are going to be key. They've got to keep this team off the boards.
And, Steve, any slip-ups boxing out can really cost you there.
Here's Paul. And Norris Cole is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. The 3 from Billups, and that's not going to go. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
I'm Damon Bruce. Hello, and welcome to the Halftime Report. Out in L.A., it isn't even close. Miami up on top against the Clippers. They've dialed in from long range an incredible shooting performance from outside. LeBron has been on a roll in the first half. He's got 12 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one. For the Clippers, a much different story. They've given up a ton of offensive rebounds, just not putting forth enough effort to clean the glass. A trying first half for Jamal Crawford. Just can't get things to fall in the early parts of the game. He's shooting under 20%. It'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers up against the 76ers out in Philadelphia. And they'll get a nice preseason preview and a chance to tune it up. Start time, 7 o'clock Eastern.
Thanks for tuning back in as we get back to the action here in this NBA opener.
What a game for LeBron. 12 points and 2 rejections. My, he's shown a lot of heart on both ends of the floor here.
And Clark, you love to see a player who has absolutely no drop-off when transitioning from offense to defense.
And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. Mario Chalmers and the electric D. Wade at the guards. LeBron James is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Bosh in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, the acquisition of Chris Paul by the Clippers, greeted famously by Blake Griffin, who joyfully said to teammate DeAndre Jordan, Lob City, after hearing the news. That name took on a life of its own, becoming Lob Angeles in time. But the team started to back away from it, making clear that highlights weren't the emphasis. It was winning. But maybe the more meaningful reaction from Griffin was this. The only thing I'm going to promise is that when you hear the Clippers, it's not going to be a joke anymore. I can guarantee you that. Kevin, love it.
They've got probably the best team in franchise history. We'll see where they go next.
You know, the Heat knew it was all about the playoffs for them last year, Kevin, and ultimately they would be judged on if they were able to win a title or not. That's maybe harsh, but that truly is the reality for that group.
It is there, you're right. Los Angeles calls timeout. Looked like they cruised early, and once Derrick Rose got hurt and the Bulls were knocked out, they were the heavy favorites to reach the finals. But it was a struggle at times. You know, Indiana gave them a real good second round.
Yeah, and then Boston took them to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, even had them down 3-2. But in the end, it was finally LeBron's turn, and he was amazing during the championship round against Oklahoma City. And it was very impressive the way he responded to his critics and played about as well as you can possibly play in an NBA Finals. Congratulations to Miami and to LeBron.
Kicks it to Battier. Shoots over Griffin. Griffin with some nice D.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Here's Billups, and he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Billups has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
Clippers trail by 13.
And for Billups, you know, he's still very effective offensively. Doesn't shoot a high percentage, but he can score, he can make plays, and he'll hit big shots. We know that. But defensively, maybe a little more of a struggle these days to stay in front of quicker guards.
There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
Paul against Chalmers. Paul kicks to Butler. He dishes it to Jordan. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. It's on Chris Bosh. And Steve, you mentioned Billups slowing down a bit. You know, he's strong enough to defend 2 guys. You know, posting up, and, you know, he's got that body. Clark, now we just got to find out, you know, at his age, a lot of mileage on him, injuries coming back from. A lot to take in.
Yeah, but I'm wishing him the best, and I think he'll give it a terrific effort to get back. He's always enjoyed being bigger and stronger than most players he was matched up against, but the new rules can make speed a disadvantage, so we'll see how he responds and comes back from that injury, but I'm expecting good things from him.
Crawford, no luck. The Heat leading by 16. Here's Chalmers. No good with the wing jumper.
and little to no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, that was a tough one right there.
Odom with it. Picked up by Battier. Battier against Odom. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crawford drains it from 17 feet out. Crawford's got 5.
Well, you look at Vinny Del Negro, spent some time in the Phoenix Suns front office as a scout before moving on to the coaching ranks when he landed that first job with the Chicago Bulls.
Bledsoe, the shot no good. And it's Miami the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Second three-pointer of the half, 4th overall. So he's having a nice game from outside.
And Steve, you go back to Vinny Del Negro, a scout for the Suns prior to coaching. He was also in broadcasting.
Yeah, he's been around the game forever. A lifer. His father was a coach. It's in his blood. He actually grew up just outside of Springfield, Massachusetts, the home of the Hall of Fame. So Vinny, I guess, is just meant to be in basketball. Yeah, Crawford is everything you want out of a scoring guard. He can spot up and make jump shots or handle the ball and create shots off the dribble. He loves that little crossover move where he'll just get you going one way, take the ball the other, and rise up and hit that jump shot.
The real struggle with guarding Jamal, Steve, is that once he gets it going, it's really hard to slow him down because of his speed and ability to pull up off the dribble. I mean, he stops on a dime straight up into that lethal jump shot of his.
Paul goes in. Here's Butler. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Couldn't get that three-pointer to fall. Trying to respond.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
Oh.
Guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Huh? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Crawford, no luck.
This has been a game for him to forget. And so far, anyway, we'll see if he can pick it up.
And it's Cole missing. Clippers trail by 20. Paul goes in, and it's blocked. Picks it out to Crawford. Passes it to Odom. He passes to Paul. A second chance effort. Paul can't get that one to fall. Now here's LeBron. No good on that last second attempt there. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Heat opening up a huge gap. And
NBA preseason action continues. The Philadelphia 76ers go on the road to battle the Boston Celtics. Catch the action next Sunday night.
Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke with the report. Hi, Doris.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Heat put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. No matter what the defense throws their way, they've had a solution for it and just keep rolling up their totals. Who knows how big this lead can get by the end of the game.
All right, Doris, thanks. And the run Doris mentioned, guys, that was really a huge game changer here.
No question, Kevin. Probably the pivotal moment in the game so far, and I thought that really set the tone.
You know, one of the things that was interesting to me is you could see the body language of both teams change at that point. Obviously in different directions. Confident and assured on one side and a bit of chin in your chest on the other side.
Chris Paul and Chauncey Billups make up the backcourt. Hill out there with Caron Butler, and it's Griffin in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And the Clippers making a switch here. Jordan's checked in, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And here's a quick look at how the Clippers' schedule is shaping up. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And here is Billups. Jordan with a screen on Wade. Goes for the alley-oop. And the dunk by Jordan.
I'm not sure if any player is going to top that one.
Maybe the only play that could beat it is another alley-oop jam.
Yep.
Even then, it'd be hard to execute it any better than that one.
You know, he may not have the elevation or the hop. He doesn't need it, though. The big fella throwing it down anyway.
He usually does save the high flying for the little guys, Clark. You're right.
Yeah, well, sometimes it looks like he's pinned to the ground, but when he gets positioned like that, he can put it down.
Lamar Odom. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. LeBron left side. Over Butler. Here's Battier. Back to Bosh. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And the Heat call time here.
You know, the Clippers had an excellent season a year ago. They really revamped their roster. They added Chris Paul. Obviously, the development of Blake Griffin was a major factor as well. And one thing they did a nice job of was winning at home. They controlled the floor at Staples Center.
That is good. That's 12 points for Chauncey Billups.
He's showing some signs of life here in the second after having a very forgettable first half.
Hit his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. And here's LeBron outside. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 8th assist here tonight. 24-9, Steve, the mark for the Clippers at home. And that is exactly the kind of turnaround they were hoping for with all the changes they made.
And you're right, Kevin. I mean, the fans came out and supported them, too. Part of it was the winning, but they are just an extremely exciting team to watch and should stay that way for some time. The one-handed flush, very nice.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there.
Just punched it home.
From deep LeBron, and the Heat, another three.
Guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
And stolen by Chalmers. And Chalmers with a clear path to the hoop. And that one's good. And the Heat lead by 19.
Yeah, very opportunistic defense there, leading to those points.
That's exactly what they'll do to you, Steve. They will pounce on your mistakes.
And Shane Battier gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Ray Allen is checked in for Shane Battier. And the Heat call time here.
Well, he's got to get everybody on the same page. I mean, that's the reason for this timeout. And if that happens, I think they can improve and start playing better.
You know, it's a coach's job to always try to be 2 or 3 steps ahead of the opponent and to look for that extra edge if you can. And I think he feels like he might have seen one.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul. Billups goes in, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
After his poor shooting in the first, he's found a way to turn it around here, getting hot. He just stayed with it, was consistent and patient, and now he's got a hot hand.
Shot denied. Ball against Bosh. Fires from 14. A shot by Paul, no good.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead, and it shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
They get the rebound. Odom's shot, good. Odom's got 4 this quarter.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
They're looking good here, adding to this lead.
Yeah, you know, time winding down here, the score and the clock clearly in their favor.
Here's Paul. Good.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by LeBron. 8 points for Wade.
He's a guy that'll take it right into the teeth of the defense. A lot of his points come from inside of 5 feet.
And it's blocked by Bosh. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. From deep LeBron. That's good. LeBron's now got 31.
And this one's pretty much wrapped up.
And they know it. I mean, took care of business. Chalk it up as a W, Steve.
A shot by Paul, no good. The Heat leading by 20. For the finish. And the dunk by LeBron.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
1:02 left here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Butler. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Butler. Here's Griffin. Dunks it down.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down hard.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
Here's Bosch. Kicks it out to Allen. Over Odom. Allen's shot is off. And it's the Clippers' ball. Ball for three. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Butler.
Well, he's been scoring pretty well on just a few attempts. It might help them out if he was a bit more assertive.
There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Chalmers. And the Heat lead by 19.
Well, the outcome is not in question now. They've got it all wrapped up.
Agreed. I mean, they're just looking to simply run the clock out now.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And he ends up missing both free throws. Heat shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. A three ball, and again, Miami with the triple.
And they're closing this game out in style. I mean, I like what they're doing here, competing till the very end.
That's certainly what it looks like. I mean, there's no let up in them so far.
And the Clippers miss again. Can't get it to fall. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.